All right, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified Podcast. Today is September 27, 2020. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your guy, Pokemon Trigger Please, also known as Chris. Call me what you like.
Hey, how's it going, my good man?
It's been good. Horrible day at work, but I had a lot of fun this evening playing Among Us and Pokemon Go. So
All right. I
it's
mean,
been
we
good.
we are here once again to talk about Pokemon Go,
Yes.
news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as you do. But yes, we are here once again. Our weeks have been kind of sus, right?
Oh my god.
It's been kind of
Yeah,
okay.
it's been wild, man. A wild week of
Definitely.
Pokemon Go shenanigans.
It's been an interesting one, ranging from more news for our next month's beautiful events that we're getting, plus whatever we mentioned in the last podcast, of course. With more, of course, news about new megas, new expectations, and then of course some here and there miscellaneous news that we got around. But we got what we got here. We once again want to talk about things, but let's start. And how about we remind everybody that we're here also, and we are part of the Professor Network. So please check us out at theprofessornetwork.com/Purified Podcast because they love Pokemon Go just as much as we do, and as much as you do. They do wonderful things, and then of course being part of their wonderful family has been greatly increasing our numbers. So I appreciate everybody who's always check them out, and of course just make sure you check them out, guys. They're just beautiful, wonderful people out there. All right, Chris, how about we shift the gears this time around and let's talk about some recaps. What did you got for me, Chris?
Oh, dude, I don't know if it can compare to the goodies I've heard that you've gotten.
Depends.
But I have gotten some good stuff. I have gotten some good stuff.
Like?
Okay, here we go. Okay. So I'm pretty sure this was after last. Oh yeah, for sure. 3 days ago, I got shiny Articuno, and that was pretty hype. That was super hype.
All right.
And then I was very surprised by this one. I got two during two separate calm days in the same exact spawn point. And this was the first time not getting it on a community day. It was a shiny Whelmer.
All right.
And I'm actually happy about Thanos Whale. It's one of my favorite shinies. And now I got some trade bait. And like, I don't know, 30 minutes before the podcast, Terry sent me a raid. I happened to get a shiny Zapdos with his bright orange feet. I think this is like my third or second. I'm hoping to get one more so I can trade you or something if we get lucky, friends.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Mostly because I don't have a shiny Zapdos. I haven't gotten a shiny Zapdos, and I'm still looking for it because it's not the funnest Pokemon to look around because he's been avoiding me since ever the shiny came around, and things like that. I'm just like, why?
It's making you earn it.
I know, right? I know. But as for me, any handles by the way?
Any Hondos? No.
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 Never.
Well, I'll start with my Hondos. I don't think I have any more before or after Community Day. So Porygon was the last one I got, so I don't have any more after that, unfortunately. Hatching eggs and everything has not really given me the chance,
Yes.
As for shinies, after the podcast, I did get two shiny Articuno, so I'm set. I'm okay. I'm good. Thank God. Thank Lord. Mostly because I mean, they're the birds that have been avoiding me since the shiny became released. I don't like trading for it. I think a lot of people can attest to this. Trading shinies that you don't have is probably one of the things that you don't want to do.
It's all the dust.
Yeah.
That's what I hate.
Well, it's the dust and all this and everything. So I just want to catch it for myself. Like, really want to just get it for myself. I love remote raiding thanks to that because if not, it would probably be really hard for me to even get one shiny of these birds. So trying to raid as much as possible. Thank God that a friend of mine, who's actually probably going to be sending me a couple of raids during the podcast to see if I get the shiny Zapdos in the podcast. So hopefully. But that's what we'll see. After that, I finally got a shiny Dunsparce yesterday. So I was like, cool, I finally got this little pink boy. I don't have to worry about it again. Then I get another one today. And like, okay, cool, trade fought it. Awesome. I'll take it. And then, for my disappointment, of course, but of course, because people like to see, I did get another shiny shadow against from the Teen Go Rocket Balloons that are spawning every 3 hours. Ah! Like, I just need the coffin. Shiny gods, please just do me the favor. Give me the shiny coffin. It doesn't matter if it's just a regular shiny coffin or a shadow shiny coffin. I just want to get them before Jesse and James leave their balloon stage. So I hope that that's the case. Chris, you're looking at me with a weird face again. Okay, I'm guessing something happened once again with technical issues. Hold on just a second. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I was like,
You gotta, you know what? Whenever you make that face in the podcast, I just love it because I just know that at this point I'm just like I need to get like reset this for
I'm like,
everybody.
what did I do wrong?
But you can always look at what I said before. I mean, again, I just need to get the shiny. I want a shiny coffin, shiny shadow coffin
Oh,
before
yeah.
they leave the balloons and all
Dude,
that.
you
So,
and me both.
jeez, it's just one of those
Gosh,
where I'm
it's
just like.
so good.
Anyways, we of course those are my shinies. So I'm actually okay. This week has been okay in the shiny grind. I do want that Doduo, which actually we didn't discuss that we are on the final weeks of mega event extravaganza that we had this whole month of September. We are at the end of September and of course the end of summer. We are now in fall season. Hopefully getting some big news. Actually, we have some big news for Pokemon Go soon, and we'll talk about it definitely on the podcast. As for outside of Pokemon Go, we should be getting news for the Pokemon Sword and Shield Crown Thunder DLC. And we don't usually mention this on a Pokemon Go podcast, but I mean it's worth noting because it's gonna come to Pokemon Go eventually. I mean, it's technically already there because we do have like Galarian Zigzagoon and Galarian Meowth, Galarian Darumaka and all those things, but you know, whenever something big happens in the main series games, Pokemon Go usually follows out with a cool event. When Pokemon Let's Go came out, you could catch Alone Executor in the wild for the very first time. And then sequentially the Alolan Pokemons came out, so you can transfer it to the Let's Go games. And then of course, when Sword and Shield DLC came out, the first DLC of Sword and Shield, it gave us the Galarian forms, and we were actually happy about it because it's something that we weren't expecting for at least 2 or so years into the future, since it's a generation 8 Pokemons. We're barely in 5 right now, so things like that is just like I love about connecting about both Pokemon Go and the main series games in that reason. So hopefully we'll get news about that, and then hopefully we'll get cool events coming up in the next few months. Or in the next
Yeah, I'm
month or so.
definitely expecting something Melmetal related
Yeah.
because we haven't seen anything from him in so long. I know part of it was the pandemic, but I don't know. Even before that, we didn't have anything going on for like 4 or 5 months since the last shiny event.
Yeah. So I mean, at the same time, I think we discussed this in the last podcast. Is the whole final wave for Generation 5. We should be
Yes.
getting it pretty soon, before the end of the year, because Generation 6 should be coming out around the corner. Now, if I remember correctly, we did get the first wave for Generation 5 at the end of last year. Oops, sorry for
I
that.
think so, yeah.
And Generation 5 came out, but it's been a long haul to be able to get those Pokemons. They've been releasing it little by little in little spurts in the last few months, but getting like Cotney and Roggenrola shiny and all those stuff. So it's interesting. It's interesting how they're planning out now. Understandably, because of the pandemic, things have been slowing down. They don't want people to go out. They don't want people to gather together. They don't want people to make sure. And again, hashtag thank you Niantic for adjusting to the pandemic and their needs as players, because I mean this game is a go game. And then we want, of course, to go out and play, but unfortunately, the world doesn't let us at this point. So, again, it's all about making sure those things. I'm sure a lot of the things that they were planning for this year were completely thrown out the window. They had to think of brand new things that we seen thanks to everything that's happened. and you know, it's just trying to make sure that the game is functional, and they're still, you know, loving the community just as much as we do. So again, thank you very much for that. So before we continue, I want to say hi to the chat real quick. So thank you to Terry, Cheese, Paper Cut. Thank you so much for coming around. I hope that you guys are enjoying the stream because, you know, we love seeing you guys in here. All right, so to continue on to the recaps, we do have, again, the final week of mega events coming around. The whole buddy system with megas. Every time you take a snapshot of a Pokemon, you'll have a mega Pokemon capture thing, but of course you're not gonna capture the mega. You're gonna capture the big Pokemon that comes with it. So Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, and Pidgeot are appearing on Photoshop. You can only get one though per day, so it's not much things. They can be shiny, so good luck with that. I think this is actually, if we go to the news tab here in Pokemon Go, we do have a day and 1 hour. So this will end by around 10 p.m. tomorrow on Monday. So make sure that you do. Again, we do have some bonuses from it, which is the daily research tags will involve Mega Beedrill Candy, field research rewarding Beedrill Mega Candy, time research available, 2 times puff and duration, which is nice. I used it once and actually increased what I was using. Mega Evolution duration lasting 3 times as long. So instead of like a 4-hour Mega Evolution, it will last you 12 hours. So plan accordingly. Unfortunately, sorry for not mentioning that last podcast. And then, of course, event team surprise encounter and ghost snapshots, just like we mentioned with those. We still have the bonuses up to another 3 days and 3 hours. So I do believe if they don't say anything before the end of today or by the beginning of tomorrow, those bonuses could go away by next week. If not, they'll definitely be extended if Niantic decides that it was still unsafe to go outside, of course, to play the game. But yeah, so those are the things. Again, Mega Evolutions, Pidgeot came back, Mega Pidgeots in raids. Have you been doing a lot of them, Chris?
No, not at all. Pidgeot just hasn't impressed me at all. Plus, no, I told you I want the shiny. That's really the only reason I'd rate it. But Zapdos with Thundershock is so much better to me. So I've been using all my passes on that boy. But yeah, if I can get like 9 people for Pidgeot, I'll definitely do it.
Yeah.
Just to get the candy saved up, honestly.
Definitely. Well, you spoiled the other last recap we had here. Thank you very much.
No, I mean I didn't say anything. I know.
Let's ball him out, guys. So yes, yeah, I've been doing Mega Pidgeots whenever I can. It hasn't been too bad of a raid Pokemon to do. I usually just have the rock ones and everything, but you know it doesn't matter in either card. But just as Chris has mentioned, Zapdos has come back to raids for this week. And it came back early. Instead of actually coming around 4 p.m. Eastern time, where the event usually would start, it actually came back around 9 in the morning for us. And we're like, hello, Niantic, what are you thinking?
So weird.
Yeah, so what a Thundershock, for sure. What a Thundershock of a surprise here for them. Niantic really didn't acknowledge the early release of it. It did kind of screw some of the people who were still looking for shiny Articuno, so I'm sorry about that, guys.
Dude, they gotta be furious.
Yeah, I know we had a couple people in our community who were like almost 50 raids into Articuno not getting the shinies, and they were like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I can't do this anymore. They were waiting for at least the last few hours of the day to see if we could do a couple extra raids for it. I wouldn't mind another shiny Articuno, but I mean, once I got the 2, I was never really wanted to do it, especially because I was at work throughout the day. But when Zapdos came around, I was like, oh no. But yeah, so what are you expecting of Zapdos? Of course, definitely. We had Thundershock, just like I said. Prime example, I'm gonna see if I can rate this with a couple people there. We're definitely perfect amount of people in there. Awesome. So it comes with Thundershock. What do you expect? Just bring as many rock types and ice types as you can. I am in Pokemon Go Hub for counters. The CP's levels that you want for Zapdos at this moment, because of everything that's changed in the last few years. The max Hundo CP is 2015, no weather boosted. And then for weather boosted Hondo, it will be 2,519.
Yep.
So nice little in both windy or rainy weather. So make sure that those are your CP numbers that you want to look for, obviously, always. And then
I think
excuse me.
I think this really guarantees almost that Moltres will have Sky Attack. So if you don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
any Sky Attack Moltreses, please be ready for that.
Yeah, yeah,
Double
definitely.
weak to rock. Yes. Oh
Yes.
my god.
So yeah, definitely have those ready to go. Most of the Ray bosses have been the same, almost the same for everything. Like they're mostly flyers, so rock type Pokemons, maybe for Charizard, Zapdos, Articuno, so it hasn't been too bad to use them every single time.
Mhm.
Rhyperior, at least for Zapdos, Rhyperior is your best counter for it with Smackdown Rock Wrecker. Even a Thunder into Rhyperior only takes like 25% of his health, so
Oh, it
uh,
eats it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it eats it pretty well. So you want to use it. It's a nice tanky boy. After that, Pokemon Go Hub here has Kiro Black and Kiro White because they're Ice types, but unfortunately we don't have it in the game yet. Another speculation there when it comes down around to it, hopefully. And then Mamoswine, Terrakion, Landorus, and then Darumaka, Galarian Form, Rampardos, Golem, and then Tyranitar. I mean, I got quite a bit of Hondos in those regards, so it hasn't been too bad using them for these types of raids. So it's been alright. It's been alright. But yeah,
Yeah.
those are the kind of Zapdos. Chris, anything else you got to add for those?
Not too much. Just that it's definitely been great to have some easier raids, I would say. Just raids that don't require like 6 people necessarily. I'd say maybe 4 people minimum, you know, like to safely do it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
definitely.
it's been a breather. It's been really good.
Yeah, I mean, definitely some people who has missed on the shinies has been, okay doing remote raids. One of the things, I haven't gotten a shiny Zapdos. I never really got any of the shiny birds when they come around the first time around as shinies. But, it's finally the time. Hopefully I can get some shinies here and there just to make sure. So let's go ahead and check on this Zapdos while we're here on the podcast. How about it? Can I get some
I
shiny luck
wish you
from...
luck.
Well, thank you so much. So, in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. No. 1980. So
Dude,
it's
I was
not.
waiting.
I know. I just need the one, man. I just need the one.
I was waiting for the scream because it's delayed for me too, guys.
Well, I mean, you can hear it on me, whenever.
Yep, yep.
Come on, you're just gonna like but I'm just usually Pina Berry. If I don't catch it, I'll just I don't have to worry about it. I got like a 96 now, so it's not too bad. I would like the Hondo though. So this wouldn't be a bad idea.
Oh yeah.
Always good to have Hondos of legendaries you don't have before. So yeah, Zapdos is here. We're here, and those are mostly our recaps. Zapdos should be here for another few days. I think Friday is the day that will fly away once again. And then, of course, we'll talk about the next raid bosses because that is some news that we're going to be covering in our research topics. Because it's time to talk about the news and updates that we're going to see soon or later. If this Zapdos actually wants to get in the ball.
Evil.
All right, Chris, what is the very first thing that we have for our research topics today?
Do you guys feel that in the air, that looming feeling of doom? Well, what's that? We're getting Mega Houndoom sometime soon. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
I'm super hyped for this one.
Yeah, Mega Houndoom is actually a pretty cool Pokemon to have. Again, it is coming into Mega Raids, and I think the whole batch of how Mega Raids were a bad thing to introduce Mega Pokemons kind of went down a little bit. I mean, there's still a little bit of people out there that say this feature is not the best, but hey, it is introducing, something that we always wanted in the game for a longest time, and at the same time, I'm missing balls here. But yeah, it's actually kind of nice to be able to see that powerful Pokemon in race. Now, we don't know if this is actually going to cycle afterwards, or they're just going to keep all the Megas in one time. Since we are at the end of our Mega events, I don't know if they're going to be cycling these Pokemons all around. And this Zapdos went bye-bye, so... Alright. Did I have another one? No, I don't have another one. Did I miss it? Probably. Anyways. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they will probably start cycling this raid bosses because having 4 or 5 in the mega raid pool, it's kind of a little difficult to say to the least. What do you think,
Mhm.
Chris?
It is pretty crazy having so many in the pool. Like already, I know people complain when we have two in five star. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've waited at a raid for it to be something I don't want to raid
Hmm.
and then just leaving like in tears, basically.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's just one of those things, you know. It's I don't know how they're going to be rotating this stuff. I know. I mean, they have been rotating raid bosses for the longest time. Megas
Mhm.
are interesting, and it kind of connects maybe to the Pokemon we're gonna see as a legendary raid boss at that point. You know, the
Mhm.
reason why they took away 2 stars and 4 stars is to implement Mega evolutions. Maybe, just maybe, and this is again another speculation, guys, that we'll see the Megas rotate with the current raid boss that we have
Mhm.
for the week, for the month, whatever else they would usually do. So it's kind of like, all right, that will make sense. Once we get more megas coming around, that's when it is. I mean, it's not unlimited megas that we're gonna get because it's not that full, like biggest pool, but the biggest pool of Pokemon. But it's something that we want, especially now with the mega decks that we have.
Yeah.
There's still Aggron. We still have uh, Gengar that's coming pretty soon thanks to this last weeks of events. But
Mhm.
then there's more, of course, that come with both Generation 6 and Generation 3. Specifically, starters and things like that. So we don't know. We still are in like midst of early stages of this game when it comes to Mega Evolutions. So to have Mega Evolutions become a thing, both in any source of the game, and just like Terry says, T-Tar being one of those greatest Pokemons out there.
Mhm.
It's just interesting. It will be interesting. I feel like once we get a bigger pool of Mega Evolution Pokemons, that's when we'll actually see the ability to see the rotation and how they handle Mega Evolutions in that regard. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. I really do think that there are plans ahead, but of course, all those wonderful, wonderful people at Niantic, they have years ahead of us for sure. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship right now for me with megas because as fun of an implement it is, I'm not entirely on board with it because I mean in other games it's like a one and done kind of thing.
yeah,
You don't have to repeatedly do it.
yeah.
That's just my main quarrel. Other than that, it is really nice. I mean, they're trying to balance it, but at the same time, like if you can't use it in Go Battle League, why not kind of let you just do it as long as you want? I don't
Well,
know.
I'm gonna counter that with something that you have to think when it comes to new features into the game.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I
It,
can agree to that.
yeah, so let's go into the trainer battle thing. When PvP came out the very first time, we didn't have Go Battle League. It took a full year before we actually got something that seemed competitive in the game. Now,
Yes.
as we know, Mega Evolutions are broken, like extremely
Oh
broken
yeah.
when it comes to boosting the stats of the Pokemon. You can see a Mega Charizard Y destroy a Kyogre, and that's not something we see every day in main series games for sure. Um,
No, no, you'd never shield.
never shield. So when it comes down to it, they have to balance it out. They're trying it out. They're trying to, of course, the feature is out and about to make sure that people are doing it. They are preparing us for maybe something that may happen in the later future times. It's probably not anytime soon, of course. We don't. I probably won't. We won't see a changes to Go Battle League. I want to say maybe until the end of the year or maybe 6 months ahead, just because
Yeah,
they
at least at the end of the season, I would say.
right, and at the same time, making it more accessible for everybody. Just like everybody
Mhm.
has been saying at the beginning, the accessibility of Mega Evolutions have been kind of like a punch in the gut for free to play players. So they can't really
Mhm.
go ahead and do it unless they spend whatever they can get freely into the game to be able to play. And I'm sure, and at this point, there are people who are doing it. And then, luckily enough, there have been enough, days in the months since Mega Evolutions were introduced to actually do what we can, to do the megas that we needed to. However, that isn't the case when it comes to competitive Pokemon in Go Battle League. Not everybody's gonna have megas, and the meta in the whole Go Battle League can shift the moment are introduced. So If you don't have it, you're losing, and if you do have it, why are you using it? It's kind of that mentality when it comes down to it. So I want to say it will come with time, but they have to balance it out to see how megas are going to be really introduced into the game in that regard. All right, so Mega Hundo once again, the Doom Pokemon. It's gonna start appearing in Mega Raids and starting on Tuesday, September 29th. So this Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time for us, 1 p.m. PDT, of course. So get out ready, get ready to go. Chris, you have a hundo?
I have 2 hundos, and I'm super excited. I mean, I gotta decide which one to Mega Evolve. That's gonna be a lot of trouble, but it's gonna be fun. I'm definitely excited for it because of the hundo. I don't have a lot of hundos of the Mega Evolvable Pokemon.
Oh yeah, no, that's for sure. It's either for me it's either the shiny or the hundo. If I don't have the shiny, I'll evolve the hundo. If I don't have the hundo, I'll just evolve the shiny. Since Mega Evolutions
Good
are
point.
yeah, so when it comes down to it, it is what it is. So I think I got a 98 ready to go from the research break.
Oh, that's good enough.
From the research, so it's good enough for me. But yeah. So yeah, that is Mega Hundo.
In before the shiny.
So
Oh.
no shiny. I know. When it comes down to other news, unfortunately, the Go Battle League night has been postponed, and it was going to happen last Thursday. Unfortunately, Niantic decided that they can go along with it because I feel like the servers in Go Battle League have been abysmal in the last few days.
Understatement, man. Understatement.
As you guys know, the Go Battle Night was going to let us do 100 battles through 6 hours of the event starting that day. And then you can, and you are also going to do the Flying Cup. So everybody was actually excited to be able to use only one type mono type Pokemon when it comes down to it. Not mono, but duals and all that exist.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it has been postponed, so we don't have news on when they'll actually do it again. Hopefully soon. We are going to say ripped to Gus Pidgeot because that was also going to be introduced with the Go Battle League. Not the best of moves in the world, but it is something that, of course, we were expecting. So, unfortunately, when it comes down to it, the Go Battle League has gone through. You, Chris, even I wanted to actually stream those days. For the I wanted to go. I didn't know if I wanted to go the full 6 hours, but I did wanted to actually see how the meta was. So
I almost asked off that day too, and I'm really glad I didn't. I usually work mornings, so it would have worked out fine. But I know a lot of people were saying, like, think about how mad people get at Go Battle lag, like right now with 25 battles.
Yeah.
Multiply that by 4. Yeah, people would just be livid at the end of it. They'd be throwing their phone after like, I don't know, like 10 sets. Dear Lord.
Yeah, so the lag started since I believe the iOS 14 update to iPhone. Now they did say that, of course, be careful when you update, but they did afterwards said that they were going to get that fixed as soon as possible for the next update in Pokemon Go. So it's implemented with iOS 14. Luckily, that actually came out pretty good. However, the lag still prevail. And that's when, the last few days have been going around. So when it comes down to it, imagine if the lag is bad right now when it comes to just regular Go Battle League. Imagine just everybody trying to go into Go Battle League with the dates off. Everybody just trying to do 100 battles in one night. So
the good news is, I know they were going to be doing it 4 to 10. I think it's 4 to 10. It's either 6 to 10 or 6 to midnight or 4 to midnight.
It was 6 to midnight. It was a 6-hour event.
But that would be local time only, and I believe you only got matched with people in your same time zone, according to Niantic Help. That doesn't mean everyone's on the same page over there.
Oh, no.
But that's just what they message someone.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm under the impression of.
Yeah, but again, having so many people actually say, "Hey, let's go ahead and do this,"
Yeah.
it was not going to be fun regardless. So, Go Battle League It's Night has been postponed. No news about it yet when it will actually be available again for us, but we'll see because we do have many more events coming up in the next few days. All right, so that's a little miscellaneous news. Unfortunately, that happened. We did talk about the whole launch app and Pokemon collaboration thing with the whole, party hat Pokemons and festivity Pokemon. So we're not gonna go about it again, but we do have once again Pokemon Go October hashtag Pokemon Go Halloween time, brother.
Dude, I love it.
It's
Halloween
time.
is always amazing.
I know it's time for us to harness the power of, I don't know, ghost types.
The spoopy. The
Spooky. The
spoopy.
spooky season is here. Let's do it. It's hashtag Mystic7, but So, all right, guys. So this is what we got: trainers, Halloween, a fashion teen event, and more. Read on to learn more about what's happening in the world of Pokemon Go in October. So October's Research Breakthrough Box is going to be Sheninja.
I don't know. It could be worse, but I mean, we've already gotten it. I don't know how to feel about it. I hope they make it shiny. I know that sounds kind of weird, but were we able to evolve our shiny Ninkatas into shiny Shedinja, or does it only evolve into Ninjask now?
Only Ninjask.
Okay,
Only
so
Ninjask.
that'd be a cool implementation, but I don't know if they're gonna do that.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Definitely. They definitely usually surprise us when it comes to this kind of types of events.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
Shedinja being one of those Pokemons that really doesn't have a part of the world. It is the only way to actually get in a Shedinja in that regard. Because Pokemon Go unfortunately can figure out how to do split evolutions. And then, of course, when it comes down to it, Shedinja is just one of those Pokemon in Pokemon Go that just really isn't going to change anything. If they do make it shiny, of course, people will definitely do their research breakthrough box. But knowing what it is, it's only 4 chances, really. So it's not going to be high there unless they give you a guarantee shiny Shedinja at one point, and then you can just get done with
Yeah.
it.
I don't know. Maybe they could implement it now and then put it in quests afterwards if they make it shiny. I don't know. We'll definitely see, but that's my biggest hope. I mean, I know some people still need it for the decks, but all of us that have been playing since day one are kind of crying right now looking at it.
Yeah, definitely. Jeez, I'm just getting
Oh
raids
yeah.
all day today.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, now I gotta get more passes. Get me passes. Okay. Back. There, here.
The life of a raider
Oh my god.
is a hard one.
Even in the podcast, I just want to make sure that I get a shiny. If I can get a shiny in the podcast, I mean, I'm done with this, but you know what I meant. All right, so
They need to hear the scream.
I need a hero, please. Please, YouTube, don't copyright me when it comes down to it. Anyways, so Shedinja will be here in Research Breakthrough Box from October 1st to November 1st. So a full month of Shedinja Research Breakthrough Boxes. Make sure you go ahead and do your research boxes. I already claimed my one for today. No chocolate bunny, unfortunately. So gonna have to start doing some raids for London Raichu again. No. No. Anyways, we do have way more information, Chris. How about we get into what we're expecting for legendaries in the next month of October?
I mean, we've already got one of them right now. The Zappy Boy is going to be going until October 2nd at 1 p.m. PDT.
Which is yes, Friday.
What, 4 p.m. Eastern time, our time.
Correct.
Just translate that to whatever time you are.
Yeah.
And then when that happens, we'll be getting Moltres, most likely with Sky Attack. So be ready for that. It won't have Sky Attack in the raids, but it is a very good move. Very fast to get to charge wise. So it's very good against like rockets and everything.
Definitely.
And I'm excited. At October 9th at 1 p.m. PDT, it'll be switching over to Origin Form Giratina with a new shiny form. I am so hyped. I do not have one built for Master League. So having a shiny one built, especially if I can lucky trade it to somebody and then get like a 15-15 whatever, I am super hyped for that. That is something I've been waiting for so long.
I think you and everybody else in the community has been waiting
Mhm.
for that shiny to be released for the longest time. Now, just as Chris said, October 9th is when we'll see Giratina Origin form. Now, we do have Alter Form Giratina as a shiny, and we had it for the last few, actually for over a year at this point. He's been the only raid boss in the whole spirit of Halloween that has come back in this recent.
Oh yeah.
But regardless, we were waiting for Origin form, and now it's here. Unluckily for us, though, it's only going to be for, I think, 2 weeks. Let me just make sure
Ooh,
that's October
I
9th to the
think
23rd.
so.
Yes, 2 weeks in its entirety. We're only going to have the chance of getting Origin Form Giratina. Now, it's not a bad thing. Now, because it's a brand new shiny, I think Niantic actually understood this. Because it's a brand new shiny, they're not giving it a week's worth of availability. That would actually devastate the community when it comes down to it, especially for getting the shiny form.
Oh yeah.
But giving it 2 weeks, it's actually pretty okay in my book. It's not a full month or a full 3 weeks, because once you actually get the shiny, or the hundo, people usually don't do the raids anymore. So it would have been stale for them, and in that
Yeah,
sense,
not enough people did Origin the first time, and I knew it was going to be good for raids, and
right?
I was surprised by that.
Yeah, even I
Like
haven't done that many.
it was super hard to get people for raids for it. But now that it's shiny, we know there's going to be like 20 people raids around here.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Man, no shiny yet. Ah. All right, so yes, so that is Origin form until the 23rd. They did say to stay tuned for details for a special raid boss that will be available during a Halloween event. We don't know anything about that yet, Chris.
What are you thinking?
I'm guessing Darkrai maybe.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. You think
Now,
it's going to be like a weekend thing, maybe?
they could also, if they wanted to get, or like Black Hiram or something.
You know what I'm speculating?
Speculation time. What do you got?
So we already have 2 years of Spiritomb. Do you think it's time for shiny Spiritomb raids?
I see. I. You know what?
I'm speculating hard. I'm speculating hard. I'm hoping. I'm praying.
Well,
Please, Arceus, please.
the only difference I see is that there will be gives us the chance to be able to get a Spiritomb aside from the research that usually comes around the Halloween time. So
Oh yeah.
it's not a bad thing. I think most of us usually only have 2 Spiritombs anyway, so it's not much difference when it comes down to it. But again, it wouldn't be a bad idea to see him in raid so you can get the shiny and then people can, raid it. It's not the most exciting
Oh yeah.
Pokemon to have, but it's something
The
we get.
shiny though. The
It,
shiny though. It's beautiful.
yeah,
I love
yeah,
it.
I can see that. I can see that. I don't know. We'll see. Spiritomb, but again, they didn't say that the raid boss is only going to be maybe 1 or 2 stars, because Spiritomb is not going to be a 5-star boss.
Oh no, no. I think 3-star max.
3-star marks, but that's about it. When it comes down to the 5-star, I want to say maybe Darkrai. Kieran Black wouldn't be a bad idea for it. Maybe introducing something like that into the raids wouldn't be a bad idea. As for anything else, I don't know what else is really a Spirit of Halloween kind of Pokemon for a raid boss. If anybody can give me an answer, either comment that down in the chat right now, or give us an email there, because we just want to know.
All the thoughts I have. Dude, I'm like, if they release freaking Halloween costume starters again, I'm gonna flip. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what's gonna happen during the Halloween event Team Go Battle League. So,
Mm,
so
okay.
we'll see when it comes down to it. I don't know, but we'll see when I don't know, maybe in the next few podcasts, we're definitely going to see information about the special boss that we're gonna have there, so people can actually prepare for it. You know, just like you speculated, I want to speculate one thing, and it just came to my mind, mostly because I'm trying to catch the Zapdos, and Halloween comes the dark Pokemons. We know that Tingle Rocket is part of this. What if they give us something like Shadow Lugia?
Yo, I'd be down. I
Yeah.
would definitely be down.
Yeah, yeah. Now,
Are
I don't know if it will be just Shadow Lugia in raids all the time. It will be something like maybe Go Giovanni when it comes down to it, but I kind of want to see Shadow Lugia in the game, dude. Like, no lie.
I think a smart way to implement it would be maybe having Lugia in raids, and people would be like, okay, raiding Lugia again, whatever. But then have Giovanni capture one of the raids and make it a shadow one. I think that would be a smart way to implement it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Now, one more speculation. We had the
I think Terry's onto something, yeah.
yeah, yeah. One last little speculation will probably be uh not because we already had the three legendary birds. What? Why am I getting invites for the same person all the time? Oh my goodness! Everybody just invited me today. Anyways,
You're popular.
I know. We already had the legendary birds happen to come around the last 3 weeks. Can we maybe see the legendary Galarian birds from the Galar region?
I think it's a little too early. Just
Hold
because.
hold on.
Oh,
We are in fall, and just like I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, the DLC part 2 should be getting announced release date by the end of this month, mostly because
it
we
is
are in fall.
popular, yeah.
It is
It is
possibility.
possible.
It is possible. Yes, it could be
Mhm.
possible. I wouldn't mind Terry a shiny liquid. That will also be an amazing. Uh, but the birds, I mean, they are introducing and giving us candies for the birds now. What makes you think maybe we won't get it for the next time? I don't know.
I think Frillish is also possible. Because we haven't seen him yet. He's a ghost. Well, I don't know. There's so many possibilities that I would love.
I know there's so many speculations when it can come down to it. I don't know. That's raid bosses, but because of the whole October thing, we will see definitely when it comes around. And once again, each week on Wednesday, we'll have raid hour for each one of these bosses. So if you don't have the shiny yet, go ahead and do the raid hour. Maybe it'll give you a chance to another shiny. So if I don't get shiny Zapdos before the end of the night tonight, I may actually go ahead and do some raid hours if I got the time. Anyways, and there's another raid. So next on our Oktoberfest list, we have Spotlight Hours. Now, this is an interesting one. Definitely some interesting ones that we're going to be talking about right now. For the month of October, Pokemon in the Spotlight will take place every Tuesday, 6 p.m. local time. Each hour will spotlight a different Pokemon and special bonuses. So, let's get to it. Let me go ahead and revise this real quick here, because I want to get a Zapdos and a shiny Zapdos, please. I need to get more raid passes though. First Tuesday of October 6th, we'll have World Cup Pikachu in the spotlight, and you'll earn twice as experience for catching the Pokemon. Now, before we move on to the next one, World Cup Pikachu is a brand new Cap Pikachu in the game. It is the cap from the new season of Pokemon anime, which is Pokemon Journeys in Netflix here in the United States. Giving us a chance to actually get that. I mean, I want to say, actually, I've been watching the anime recently, and I want to say it's actually been pretty legit. Ash is probably one of the best. It's been one of the best trainers out there right now. However, this is the very first time we'll see World Cup Pikachu in that regard. So, it most likely going to be shiny, but we'll definitely see when it comes down to it.
Dude, just an hour to shiny hunt. It's gonna be wild if they don't boost its odds even a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if that's the case, they may not do a shiny one, but it will be nice to actually get a couple of World Cup Pikachu now that we can mass transfer them, so it's not a problem. But let's move on. So Tuesday, October 13, original Cap Pikachu will be in the spotlight, and you're on twice the candy for catching the Pokemon. Twice the candy is really not something that we want. Now, Origin Cap Pikachu is from the original Season 1 of Pokemon, so it's kind of nice to see the original Cap coming around and going. I don't know, though. I don't know. It's just two Pikachu events in two different Tuesdays. You're getting me already kind of like I don't want to do the kind of days anymore. So again, shiny could be possible. We don't know that. They haven't mentioned anything. We don't know anything about it. So then again, we go to the next Tuesday, October 20th. Shuppet will be in the spotlight, and you'll earn twice the candy for transferred Pokemon. Okay. Not a bad Pokemon to say the least. Because Shuppet has already been shiny for, I don't know, 3 years worth of Halloween events for sure. So it's not bad. I do have my shinies already, so it's not that I really need to hunt for it, so it's not that bad, the worst thing in the world. But it is in the spirit of Halloween, however. So
Yeah.
and then, of course, the last Tuesday, October 27th, will be Duskull, will be in the spotlight, and you'll earn twice the experience for evolving the Pokemon. Duskull is actually a pretty good Pokemon because the evolution actually goes well in the Go Battle League and Great League, so it's not that bad of a investment. If you want to get a good one, just make sure you contact Speedy's Chief because he has the spirit of catching literally 900 of those in 1 hour for some reason, and every ranking in the world for it.
Yeah, he's gonna have one for Great League, Ultra League, Master League, a shiny rank 1. We'll see.
Yeah. One thing that one of our viewers actually said that Shuppet actually has a Mega Evolution, so maybe another one of the reasons we want it. Not Duskull, but Shuppet, so we'll see when it comes down to it.
And as Terry said,
Yes.
no Stardust ones. I'm so sad.
Yes, this will be the very first one that we're not going to have a Stardust Tuesday. It's mostly about, I want to say it's mostly about the candy just because, it's Halloween. It's always been about the candy. So when it comes down to it, so it is what it is. Thank you very much, Bear, for joining us there. So those are our spotlight hours. Make sure you go out there and catch them all if you can, if you want to. If not, go to sleep because some of them are like that. So next on our list, we have the October Limited Research featuring Alola Meowth. On Saturday, October 10, from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. local time, you can complete exclusive field research tasks to encounter Meowth, originally discovered in Kanto, Alola, and Galar. So, good there. Look forward to the exclusive time research and check the shop for box available for insects, pineapples, and lucky eggs. I want to say this is the very first time they introduced a Galar Pokemon outside of the egg pool. Because it gives us the chance to catch Galarian and Meowth for that reason. Again.
Yeah, we've had it in a quest before. I forget what the line was, but we only got like one, and now it's only in eggs.
Yeah, definitely. So, and when it comes down to it again, it's one of those Pokemon that you want or don't want. I don't know. I do want Shiny Meowth in all its forms. I don't have a regular shiny Meowth or a Alolan shiny Meowth. Chris, I already see your face. Go ahead and tell me you already have the shinies.
I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
I got plenty of the Alolans. I think I only have one can't. I might have two.
I gave you the Kanto, remember?
Yeah, I definitely have two. Because I remember getting it somewhere else. He clicked on it for me, and it was shiny. What a great friend.
When we were both actually doing that, so. Anyways, you get what you get, guys. It is what it is. So that is that, and then of course Fashion Team Week, which we already talked about, the launch app and Pokemon Go collaboration, which will start on October 2nd at 8 a.m. until Thursday, October 8th at 10 p.m. So it looks like there also will be another things coming up. It says October has a lot more in store for Halloween. You can expect new avatar items, Halloween themed cups for Go Battle League Season 4, which we mentioned before, and an annual Halloween event. We'll see how that goes, I think, in the next few weeks. So Halloween should be coming around soon. There'll also be an event celebrating Niantic's anniversary and this changing of the season. Stay tuned for more details. So yes, plenty to come around, plenty to see, plenty to finish up. This is the last 3 months of the year. It's been a interesting 2020 for sure. We still probably, we'll have definitely our end of podcast, final one of the year. But when it comes down to it, hopefully that is we could probably push it into the end of the year because we'll have a podcast 1 week before that, and then the week after will already be the new year. So Depends what it is. 3 more months. Let's see how it goes. It's going to be a tough last 3 months. Holidays are here, guys. It's going to be insane. So yeah, that is our news for the day. I'm trying to catch this Zapdos, but it is what it is. But we're not done because we are, of course, are going to talk about our Get Good, Get Wreck PvP. Here we go, Chris.
Dude, I'm ready. I know there's been a lot of talk from the hashtag Badlers. Over the past few weeks, we haven't talked about it too much since the season has started, but there is a rising team that everyone seems to hate except the people that use it, and that is the Grasshole team. It's very common in Go Battle League right now. If you see a Bastiodon or a Shadow Victory Bell, you can be 90% sure that you will see the other one in the back. So if they catch you in a bad lead, 90% of the time they can keep that going if they shield it correctly. So a lot of people have been forced to build teams directly to counter them, which definitely limits their movements a lot. But then there's other teams like G-Fisk, Azucore that kind of do the same thing. So it's really interesting that people are really attacking the people that make the Grasshole teams, because they both kind of make you build certain teams to counter them. Like, how can you build a team that doesn't counter Azu, for example? You need something, like two things that counter Azu, or else the one answer to it is going to be dead, and you won't have anything to do if an Azu comes in later on. So you'll just have to exit out. It's really interesting to me, for sure. Like, for example, if you see a popular Caleb Ping lead, I know season 1 or 2, you'd see a lot of Skarmory leads, and you'd wonder, is there a Shift Tree and Meganium in the back? And now it's a Alolan Marowak leads. So it's really, really interesting because while they're as predictable, they're also very annoying if you get hit by a bad leads. And I think that 90% of the people, and I keep saying 90, a lot of the people that are annoyed by the Grasshole teams are the people that get caught in the bad leads. And trust me, I'm definitely annoyed when I get caught in a bad lead, but it's really it's crazy because it is a meta team. So I don't know if we should hate on them that much. Like, if you're using Azu G-Fisk, it's just as meta as the Grasshole. You're just, oh no. Like how do you feel on it? How do you feel on it?
Well, I mean, I definitely feel like at least Shadow Pokemon and Shadow Victini has been a competitive in the meta for a long time. Now, we haven't seen the rise of fire types a lot. I think the only reason why we actually seen more of them is because of G-Stunfisk and all those Pokemons. I mean, Victini, non-Shadow, it's not a viable Pokemon, but a Shadow one, it is. Now, if you have it, congratulations, because unfortunately it's one of those Pokemon that you can only get if you encounter Giovanni or encounter Giovanni Grunts. So if you get a good one, use it. I mean, it's not when it comes down to it, it's always a good thing about it. However, Bastiodon, I've always seen a Bastiodon in some way, shape, or form in Go Battle League in the last few seasons. Not as recently, just because I haven't done as much, but still, it's one of those things that you'll see. Now, Galarian Stunfisk or regular Stunfisk, it's kind of one of those Pokemon that unless you actually get a good one, you really can't use it in the Go Battle League. So it depends on how you see it. Now, when it comes down to this whole Grasshole team, now if you don't know what Grasshole means, well, good luck. You don't want to say it because it's from the podcast. Having different one of them, you just have to counter the meta, and that's usually how it comes when it comes to actually playing in Go Battle League in competitive and play. If you start seeing more of this, you're gonna adjust to it. Now, we know that the algorithm in Go Battle League could be destroyed sometimes because unfortunately, you once you start switching a team, you get the counter against that team. So it is what it is when it comes down to it. But if
like
you start,
magic.
but it's mostly just been getting into the whole meta relevant thing once again. Once something becomes meta, you want to counter that meta, and then people counter that meta. So in the end of the day, you can't really be mad when it comes down to how to the way the meta is being shaped thanks to these types of Pokemons. It's how you're going to prevent yourself to not either use the meta or be with the meta, so you can actually rise in the ranks. So that's any competitive scene in way, shape, or form. We just want to make sure that we get as high as we can, especially now that this Go Battle League season has been a little more into being able to get a little bit higher than usual when it comes down to it. So I myself haven't seen it that much, mostly because I am afraid of lag these days. I don't want to actually lose to the lag these days, even with the biggest internet that I have for you guys here. But in the end of the day, you either are the meta or you counter the meta, or you counter that meta. So use whatever.
Get good or get wrecked.
Yeah, get good or get wrecked. There we go. That's what it is. But yeah, that's my takeaway when it comes down to this. Again, meta is meta. You'll see it every time. You'll see it in any ways, and you'll see people abuse it because they want to go through.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think Grasshole is something to look down on. I think it's a little bit. I hate to say it, but I think it's a little bit more elementary than other teams because it's very lead dependent a lot of the times. But I don't know. You've seen a lot more hybrid ones, and I explained this a tiny bit before stream, but it used to be that they would always have a third or a second Razor Leafer in the back. Now people are running like Azus, Skarmories, and just whatever else, depending on what their team keeps getting beat by. Which is pretty cool to me. I think it's smart of them, but at the same time, oh no, yeah, they're becoming less predictable.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, definitely.
We'll see.
We'll see, definitely. That's how the meta shapes up. And just you even mentioned Pokemon that we had seen even in the last few seasons of Go Battle League. Azumarill, Defend the Oxus, Skarmory,
Yes.
all those Pokemon are always going to be good in the meta. Unless they ban them in some way, shape, or form, or they start deciding to do bannings in Go Battle League metas. That's when it comes down to it. One of the things that maybe we'll talk about in the future, or something about it, is that maybe shadows could be implemented a little bit less, or purified Pokemon can be implemented as the same as shadows, because shadow Pokemon's cool and all. I mean, they're weaker when it comes down to it, but they destroy if they have the right moveset and everything. So definitely want to see an implementation of a purified Pokemon in the Go Battle League, something similar to the shadows. And of course, we are the Purified Podcast, so we've got to purify them all.
Yes, sir. represent.
But yeah, anything else you want to comment on the whole team metas?
No, I think you covered it really well. Meta's meta.
Meta's meta. There you go. So yes, we got one last piece of news, and of course we wanted everybody to listen. The Ultra League will be starting tomorrow at 4 p.m. PDT. Once again, meta can be meta. We'll see how the meta shapes up. We haven't seen many Pokemons get introduced yet, so we don't know how things are going to shape up. We're going to see them. So be prepared, because Ultra League starts soon. Shiny. No. Goodness gracious. Get good, get wrecked. Thank you very much, Terry. All right. Anything else you got for me, Chris?
I just want to make sure those of you that go Battle League are aware. It will be switching tomorrow to Ultra League. I don't know if we said that. Are you going to be doing regular Ultra League or Premier? I'm curious.
I want to try out my hands on both and see how it goes.
Okay.
I like Premier a little bit better, just because I don't want to see the abysmal of legendaries. I never been a fan of legendaries in any competitive format. It's just me when it comes down to it. I feel like they have to have its own tier, because legendaries are just too powerful in that regard. But Go Battle League and Pokemon Go do make it a little bit easier for you to experience the legendaries in that form. But again, I'm actually a bit safer. I may watch a couple extra videos and see what the meta shapes up. But we'll see. Definitely see.
Smart.
Yeah. So, if you have nothing else to do, unfortunately I didn't get the shiny tonight. Unfortunately, maybe I Sudowoodo? No. Alright, cool. All right, guys. So thank you very much for listening once again. Thank you very much for coming around to the podcast live or on podcast feeds. You can always listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, because we are there now. And then, we'll really appreciate it if you just leave us a review so we can go ahead and talk about things. I just had a meowed balloon appear. So how about we hold on just a little bit longer before we end the podcast here, just to make sure that we can get through this.
You guys ready for number 6?
Oh my god, dude. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx me.
Right, let me check. I probably don't.
Yeah, it is time for us to get our balloons again. I do have a rocket radar, but luckily I got the balloon instead. So we'll definitely go ahead and do this right now since we are here. But since we're talking about this once again, make sure you follow us on the social media accounts. We are all part of course, all the podcast feeds I mentioned. You can also follow us on Twitter for any news and updates on the Purified Podcast or anything related to Pokemon Go, of course. So Pure Go, Christo0517. Make sure to check us out on those. So we're definitely going to hopefully see some people actually give us some emails about some questions. We just want to know how your days are going. We want to see how you guys play Pokemon Go. It's the best part about it. So make sure you go ahead and email us at thepurifiedpodcast@gmail.com. No text or voice message. I want to make sure that is kept until we have a more international one. You can also join our Discord. If you do hashtag Discord on the chat, you can join us there. And we'll definitely, talk to you guys and show us the cool things that we got around. We also have other things playing. Among Us, we're playing a lot of that. We're playing our own streams too, Chris and I. So it's definitely a thing. So no shiny Ekans, so that's good. Maybe the chances.
That's a step in the right direction.
That's a step in the right direction, So that's good when it comes down to it. Let me see if I can get the other one. Let me just get James out of the way here. Let me just hyper potion my Rapier, because Rapier is the best counter to everything. Let's see. And then, of course, don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com. So make sure you go through that. But hey, Chris, before we finish up here, let me just finish up this rocket balloon. Do you have anything else to say to the folks out there?
I'm trying to think. Not too much. I'm pretty excited with the raid bosses going on. I hope you guys are too. A lot of good shinies to get. I always have fun hunting for the meta shiny legendaries, especially ones with very exclusive moves.
Oh yeah.
Thundershock Zapdos is just very, very fast and spammy, so definitely grab whatever you can. If
we ever get the chance of actually using it in Great League or even Ultra League in that regard,
It does suck that it's a little bit too high for the league I like to compete in, but I don't know, you could use it in raids and everything to, just grow your raid reservoir.
Good choice, Dennis. Good choice. All right, last chance here for the shiny on stream before we end it. And 3, 2, 1.
Oh no!
No, why you do this to me?
I gave you all my energy.
I know, right? All
My
right.
energy.
Oh well, it is what it is, But anyways, guys, thank you so much once again. We'll definitely definitely see you guys next week. Keep grinding and have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Peace.